It's Song Talk Radio.
Welcome to Song Talk Radio, the show with songwriters talking to other songwriters about the craft of songwriting. We share tips, tools, and techniques, and together we all become better at writing songs. I'm your host, Neil Modi, and with me, my co-host, Phil Emery. How you doing, Phil?
I'm surprised, Neil. I'm surprised because I found out one of those things about lyrics of a song that I've heard a million times, and it's one by Gordon Lightfoot. And I always thought he sang, "Every highway lets me slip away on you." It's actually "Carefree Highway lets me slip away from you," which is so weird because I think every highway is so much better. But there you go. So another song I've heard a million times, and I got the lyrics wrong. So I'm very surprised.
Darn. You know, before we could Google the lyrics, you just had to go with what you heard.
That's true.
unless you had the insert sheet for your vinyl, tape, or CD, or
That's
all
right.
of them. Gee whiz. Come a long way, haven't we?
Indeed.
All right. And for everyone else, please send your comments and questions to @Songtalk Radio on Facebook or Instagram, or feedback at songtalk.ca for the email, and we'll share your thoughts on the show. And please visit songtalk.ca to see the show post for this episode, to find links to resources we mention, and to download lyric and chord sheets to follow along with the songs that we feature. Tonight, we're very happy to welcome back to the show Vancouver-based singer-songwriter Sarah Tolle. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm great. It's been a long time since we were last speaking on this podcast, so I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, I actually looked it up today. Your last appearance was February 2022, so just over 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I'm still here. I'm glad.
We're glad too that you're still here, and we're still here too.
Yes.
And before we get to Sarah's stuff, just another heads up for our listeners: our songwriting challenge for 2024 has officially dropped. The songwriting challenge this year is to write a holiday song, an original holiday song. If you check out songtalk.ca on the sidebar there's a link to a dedicated page, Songwriting Challenge 2024, where we have the launch episode, which we did with singer-songwriter Melanie Peterson a couple of months ago now at this point, and as well all the episodes we've done where we talk about holiday songs and holiday-related stuff over the last decade. So there's a lot of content for you to go through, and we'll continue to add resources over the next few months, and probably in the fall, closer to Christmas, we'll start start doing the episodes where Phil and I share our answers to the challenge, and as well, we welcome you to send in your answers to the challenge, as everyone's done the last couple of years. We've really enjoyed doing the listener episodes.
Yeah.
Where we feature your songs. It's been a really great delight the last few years. So definitely want to visit that again. So send your songs to feedback@songtalk.ca. Send us an MP3 and a lyric sheet and a little brief paragraph about your songwriting process that you went through for this challenge. So, and it's literally that open. Write a holiday song. That's all.
Yeah.
No other parameters.
Doesn't have to be long or short or anything. It can be whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. Sleigh bells are optional. And speaking of songwriting challenges, of course, I'm a part of the at-home songwriting meetup group and community that's run out of Minnesota with Chad Shank, who's a singer-songwriter, Berklee School of Music instructor, YouTuber. He runs a great channel and great thing. And he actually did this challenge, which I've never done before. He did a 1-day challenge earlier this month, actually, and or last month in June. He literally launched the challenge on Saturday morning, and everyone in the group had until Sunday morning to submit your recording of the song. And the way that he did it was actually pretty cool, because he started with an online dice roller. They would roll a number from 1 to 6. And 1 to 6 being, the Nashville numbering system, to try and come up with a 4-chord progression that you had to use in your song. And completely at random, he came up with 1, 2, 6, 5. So it made for a really nice really nice, easy chord progression. So you had to use that chord progression in your song. And as well, he had this deck of cards that he says you can get on Amazon, which are a bunch of story prompts. So you just pick up a card at random, and it gives you, the starting point for some kind of a narrative, some kind of a story. And the story for this challenge was that the main character in your story has been deceived in some way by somebody else, but they didn't know that the deception was happening until it was too late, and they may or may not have been warned by someone else that something bad was about to happen, and then the deception happens. So that was the prompt for your lyrical story, and then the chord progression, and of course everyone. There must have been, I think, 20-something people that managed to pull off this challenge. I literally did mine in like 4 hours and
so
spit
great.
it out. And we'll put a link in the show post. You do have to sign up on Chad's community, which is perfectly free to do, and it's a great community to be a part of. And the video meeting where we share all our answers to the challenge is going to be available, I believe, for at least another week or so. I think I think Zoom puts a limitation on how long the video stays up. Yeah, definitely check that out, and definitely sign up for his community stuff, because he's always dropping these challenges, and they're awfully fun to do, and you really learn something out of each one.
That is great.
Yeah, it was great fun.
Yeah, and it stops you from second guessing yourself, which is good.
Yeah, it was kind of amazing, because like after I wrote it, I've submitted it, and then by the next day I'd completely forgotten what I'd written. Like, I had no conception in my head what the melody was, what the lyric was. I was like, I did it so fast, and it was just spit it out, and I had no memory of it whatsoever until I played it at the meetup. I was like, whoa.
That's quite good. It was really good too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I shared it at our meetup last weekend, and I got some good feedback and good response from it. So yeah, it was great fun. Okay.
Great stuff.
Yeah, now for the main attraction. Sarah Tolle is a singer-songwriter and actress based in Vancouver, BC. Her musical style is marked by genre-bending, freewheeling, eclectic spirit. Her songs emanate a sense of wildness grounded in a timeless, almost ancient sound. They're inspired by themes of freedom and peace in compositions that blend house beats, sweeping orchestras, Celtic melodies, and old-time banjo folk. Welcome back to Song Talk Radio, Sarah.
Thank you. It's great to be back. I love chatting with you guys. Awesome.
Great to have you back on the show. And of course, as we were mentioning, be sure to check out Sarah's earlier appearance on the show. We'll link to that as well in the episode post on the website, so you can check that out. Okay, let's get it started. Let's listen to Sarah's new song. This is called Wash Away. And remember, folks, the lyric sheet will be up on the website, songtalk.ca, for the episode post, so you can check it out there and follow the bouncing ball. Let's hit it, Phil.
Stand in the river and listen. Who are you today? Your love, your loss, your great ambition, let it wash away. Let it wash away.
Wow.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Thank you.
So what was the process of writing this song? This is not, like a club banger or a verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, end kind of thing. What was the process of this?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I had to let go of those ideas. And it's like the medium is the message, or, the medium is in the message is in the medium. That's what it is. Because during this song, I was definitely kind of fighting against my impulse to try to make it, something mainstream, something easy to wrap your head around and like tap along to. And I just had to let that idea go, because the song came to me when I was just plucking the banjo in my room, and just the one chord over and over. And when you play just one chord over and over, you kind of get that drony effect that is in a lot of Celtic music. And so I started singing that sort of winding Celtic-ish melody, and just liked how it sounded. And there wasn't much more than that. It was just the vocalizations came out with certain shapes, and I thought, okay, this is saying stand, and this is saying wash. And I just sort of let the words come out of just the general shape that I physically wanted to make with my mouth when I was playing with the banjo. And I got just a little chunk recorded, just the only lyrics there are, just that little set, and sent it to the producer. And he sent back a version of it that he just totally went off of his gut. I remember sending, actually, I have it written down. I have no idea what else goes in this song or what to do with it. I just like how it sounds. That was my notes. So he sent back something, and we kind of went back and forth a bit to just dial in the different, like the background instruments. And I just really built the song based off of that one feeling, that moment where I was just humming along with the banjo. And the whole song, it doesn't really tell a story as much as it does capture a moment or a feeling. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what gives it sort of a very traditional feel. It's not. It's very melodic and it's very moving, but it's not songwritery. There's no clever puns. There's no sort of interesting turns of phrases. There's none of the stuff that we normally like to geek out on. But it is still so moving. Really neat.
Yeah, it's so true. It's funny you say that. This song really was a lesson for me, because I love to put in little like double entendres, and like I like little complex wordings that can be read multiple ways. And I love wordplay. I love it. And some of my songs are pretty lyric heavy, and this one was it's kind of like what Neil, you were saying about that challenge, the 1-day challenge. You're just like, let me see if I can get outside of my normal flow, and if I can get comfortable with doing something new that is pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound like it was uncomfortable, but maybe it was in the writing. But yeah, I mean, when I first heard this, I was like, this sounds almost like a haiku put to music.
Yeah, that's right. You did say that.
Right? And it's like, wow, this is like it's in some ways I don't even say it's deceptively simple, but it is very simple. But like you say, like you were just strumming one chord on the banjo. Now you didn't end up with a one chord song, and I don't know. Like when you sent it to your producer, what did you have the oohs in there already?
No, I actually didn't.
So you had verse.
So all I had was a verse,
a couple chords, which is amazing.
Exactly. Right. I had that verse and then some chords, being like, I don't know what to put here. And then after we had a bit of a track, I was like, I'm gonna add some oohs and ahs, because I love oohs and ahs.
Yeah. And then the oohs and ahs in some ways makes the song, like it really, like it sort of opens up the whole thing and kind of gives you something more to chomp on.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a good challenge as an artist, because this one was less about, I just abandoned the idea of making it lyrically complicated. somewhere in there. I said, Sarah, nothing's coming out. There's nowhere else to add lyrics here. Stop trying to force it. And that kind of pushed me into a direction of what do I do with the performance? And it's been an interesting song because I got to perform this song unexpectedly at a retreat that I was at. Not related to music, like a meditation retreat, basically, and was invited to sing in a circle of people. And it was really interesting because of the simplicity of the song. It was doable a cappella. You don't really lose very much,
No.
Going from this to
well,
just
I mean, your first verse is pretty much a cappella. There's like a pad in the background, and that's kind of it. Like, there's not a lot going on there. So it really is melodically rich enough.
Yeah, totally.
That the melody really carries this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I mean, 3 chords is pretty simple that way as well. Did you try to write a second verse with different words and then rejected it, or?
Oh, did I? Yes. Yeah. I've done this on several songs now. I don't know what's going on with me lately. You ever have those phases? You're just trying to overdo it. I just keep trying to overdo it. I'm trying to shove in lyrics where they don't belong and forgetting that instruments exist for a reason. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't need that extra little whatever in your bridge. Like sometimes it can be just a saxophone or a trumpet or some drums.
Yeah.
That brings up a point with Simple Minds' huge hit, "Don't You Forget About Me." I came across the singer talking about the session, and the last verse where it goes da 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 da. That was supposed to have lyrics there, but he didn't have any lyrics, so he just did that in the studio as a placeholder.
Yeah.
And he went home and he wrote these really complicated, deep lyrics, and they came back and said, no, that's perfect. So sometimes you can just, doing less is so hard, It's like the more you know, well, it's what they say often about artists, like you learn how to be a great artist, but then you spend all your time trying to get back to the simplicity of drawing like a child.
Yeah.
And this is a really interesting song. I think it might make me think about stuff a bit differently as well,
Yeah. It's fun to at least play with it every once in a while, to have something, just strip it back and be like, what can I take away from this? What can I take out? And that kind of teaches you really what's the true container of this song. What is it really meant to be about? So yeah, it is. It's hard to do. It's hard to do simple. Takes conviction, I would say. Conviction and, trust. I'm lucky that I had the producer that I had, and his sensibilities and his sensitivity to like the song and to me and the feeling of the song. And I'm glad that he didn't push it, that he was just like, yeah, just ooh is great. The ooh sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yeah,
it's good to have a team you can trust, that people, right? Yeah. People who will support you in being simple, because otherwise, sometimes it's not the right time and place because people are kind of wanting to add a lot more to the song.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Especially if you get someone who like wants to put their stamp on it or whatever and their identity somehow on it. But so do you perform this song like solo with one instrument, with a banjo or with a guitar?
Yeah, I perform it with just banjo.
Okay.
It sounds a little different.
Yeah.
I had a little bit more plucking to it, like the 3 finger style, just to give it something. But yeah, I think it would be fun. This is obviously a great song to perform with somebody you've never really performed with before, because it's nice and slow and it's easy. So it'd be fun to collaborate, maybe get some other people involved.
Right. And does it really stand out as a outlier in your repertoire?
Well, I would say yes, except that what I've been making lately is starting to go more down this route.
All right.
Yeah, I'm getting into all the intuitive, ethereal kind of just, I don't know, soundtracky stuff, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. I mean, I remember last time you came on the show, you had another song that it was. I mean, for better or worse, it was a pop song, right? But it had a bit of that kind of drama to it, in the shape of the melodies and the like. I think that's always been there.
Yeah.
with your stuff. I think maybe you are kind of leaning into it more.
Yeah, right. It's that process of finding your thing, your voice. And I think that for me, I can do pop because we're exposed to it, and you intuitively sort of know the beats. You kind of know where the bridge goes and that. But I think I've maybe been fighting against my film score composer spirit this whole time. And I keep getting closer and closer to the more cinematic, flowy stuff that's 12 minutes long and just has a lot of ethereal humming.
Right. And this song is not 12 minutes long. This song is really short, actually.
Yeah. 2 minutes. Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes, which is perfect for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise it would kind of become a meditation song or something. Because it'd be quite.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
This is still lives in kind of a pop world. I think I could see this on my Spotify playlist alongside other, pop rock folk songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like folky. Yeah, definitely.
And it's a short song, but it doesn't feel short. Like, it doesn't feel like it's just an incomplete idea. It feels like there's a full sort of journey there, and it is very evocative. I could see it working within a soundtrack, which of course is really good. Everyone is looking for, some soundtrack work if they can get it.
Oh, I know. That's the dream. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the difference between it being simple versus simplistic.
What's the difference?
Well, it's not simplistic because it's not just, it's short and it's simple and that it's minimalist, but there's actually a lot going on. There's enough going on. It's melodically rich. The production is rich. It builds. It's got tension. It's got release. It's got all those things that every good song has, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just a one-liner.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that distinction. I never thought of that difference between simple and simplistic.
Yeah. Simplistic's easy.
Yeah.
Simple's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And make it sound like it's easy.
Yeah.
Well, and it's hard to know where to stop. And especially when you're working on your own, it's hard to know when it's done because you can just go on forever and ever and never get anything done. Will you be doing a video for this song?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about grabbing some time in the summer to go out to a river and do some slow-mo shots, lots of water trickling and nature. I think that would be really cool and easy to edit as well. I bet the videographer would enjoy that because I feel like this would be an easy edit, It's not like other music video concepts I've had where you really have to tell a story very clearly with, a clear narrative events that have to occur. This one's just like, we could just do whatever we want. Have a nice day outside.
And kind of an ethereal thing. Have you done any film composition work?
I just did one like a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like orchestral type of thing?
Muscle my way right through it. I don't know the first thing about mastering because I had to mix it and master it. Oh. I don't know anything about that. I watched like 3 YouTube videos and pressed all the automated settings and shipped it. But it was for like a local film competition in Vancouver. So it was more of an indie, a lot of upstarting folks. So that was fine. That it was a little bit, it was my first one.
So was it more a folky thing or was it more like cinematic?
It was like, I would say it was kind of in between. Oh. Yeah. It was like a cute love story of people going out into the woods and coming across a bear and fixing their relationship between themselves, So it's kind of heartfelt. It was pretty fun to be composing for a film. I thought it was really fun.
Okay. We'll have to get you back on the podcast to talk about that project because that sounds really fascinating.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it was fun. I like the freedom that came with it. As you can see, this song is, it just kind of became what it is. There's not a lot of rules around it. And with film, it was like this on steroids because I could just add in one vocalization, one line of, ooh, and then it fades into whatever. So, yeah, I was like, maybe maybe film score is the way to go here.
That could be good. You just need to get make sure that you have one of those big, I think they call them takeout drums. They're in like everything. There's like it's in
the big thunderous drum things.
Oh yeah, I definitely need one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just some sweeping strings and that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, great stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
What will you be doing with the song? Will you be like releasing it, or?
Yeah, released it. I did a quiet release for this song, aka I didn't market it, aka I didn't feel like it. I released it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and in the spirit of the song, as a single.
It's going to remain a single, or will it end up on an album?
You know, it just might end up on an album. I'm getting a good collection of these kind of ethereal, witchy stuff, so maybe I'll put them all onto an album together at some point, or maybe an EP. So I finally have a bit of a theme going. But yeah, I just did a quiet release, or what I'm calling a quiet release, where I just kind of let it go out onto the streaming platforms and didn't do much else with it. I said, if I wait until I finish a music video and finish all my stuff that I quote unquote should do, it's going to take forever for me to get this out. I'm just going to get it out. Usually I'll do a bit more with social media posting and playlist ads and all those types of things. But
you can still do a video for it after the fact. It's not, no one's going to stop you from doing that, right?
Exactly. We live in 2024 now. We can do whatever we want, really.
Yeah, exactly.
You can market the song that you released 2 years ago and still have great results. So
how would you put this on TikTok? What 15 seconds would you pluck out of this for TikTok?
Oh, you know what? I saw somebody made a video with it on Instagram just the other day. Yeah. I was like, what is this? It was a little incoherent. I'm not sure exactly if I understood the video, but they chose the part, it's just the lead into the ooze. So it'd be like, let it wash away.
Okay.
Ooh. So it's that little.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I think those moments on TikTok, it helps if you catch the song about 5 seconds before the thing people can feel is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I sort of have that, maybe it's like a reverse cymbal sound that goes, it's like.
Yeah, it's a swoosh. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think those help. I noticed that a lot on those TikTok remixy kind of, song poses that you got to get like 5 seconds before the drop.
Yeah.
Because everybody's waiting for the drop.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Of course. Yeah. That's cool. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for the next thing, which is going to be even less time. So TikTok is like super short. It's going to be like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Nice.
Name that song in 5 seconds.
Actually, wasn't there like some thing? It was like a 5.
Oh, there was a 6 second thingy. What was it called? Vine. Vine.
That's right.
Vine. Remember Vine?
Oh, yes.
I remember those.
That did not last too long.
Well, 5 years.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something else because the pieces were so short. I don't know.
I actually did an instrumental piece on that concept of 6 second sort of phrases that repeated, and then shot a video in downtown Toronto that was sort of synchronized to that and stuff. It was just a throwaway project.
Were the 6 seconds connected to each other, or were just 6 random things?
No. It was well, kind of, but it was a melody. It was a song. It was a song, but I deliberately set up the tempo so that 4 bars was like 6 seconds, or 2 bars was like 6 seconds, or something like that.
Oh, very cool.
That's a cool idea. Just get footage of yourself all around the city.
No, it wasn't me. It was just other stuff.
Oh, okay. Got it. You're not the star of the show, you know?
No.
Not showing your face? Okay.
No. Behind the scenes. The mad scientist behind the scenes. Okay, very cool.
Yes.
Great. Think I'm hearing the band?
Yes, indeed.
Nice.
And somebody's
the
alarm going
music.
off. Okay, I think that's all the time we have on Song Talk Radio. Special thanks to Sarah Tolle. Where can our listeners find out more about you? And here's some more tunes.
Just find me everywhere. Sarah with an H, Jane Tolle. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, all the things, Spotify, you name it.
Nice.
Cool. And we'll link to your stuff on our show post for this episode. Okay, and we
great.
want to hear from you, so send your comments on Facebook or Instagram to @songtalkradio, or send us an email, feedback@songtalk.ca. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube channel for live performance videos and full episodes, and subscribe today to the Song Talk Radio podcast on your favorite podcast provider. You can find links to all the products, books, and web services we mentioned on the show on our resources page on the website. And please join us at our next monthly Song Talk meetup, whether you're in Toronto for our in-person meetups or anywhere in the world for our online meetups. It's free to join on meetup.com and free to attend. Bring a song and a lyric sheet and get constructive feedback from other songwriters. Stop by songtalk.ca for the link. You can follow me at neilmodi.com. You can follow Phil
at philemery.ca.
And Sarah, what's your favorite social media channel? Where do you post the most?
Right now, I'm on Instagram a lot.
Instagram? All right.
Catch me on Instagram.
Be sure to follow Sarah on Instagram. And be sure to stop by the website, songtalk.ca, to browse past shows and find out how you can be a guest. Thanks for tuning in, and keep on writing.
I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I put it on silent, I turned down the volume, and there's still an alarm.
Because alarms are the exceptions. It's probably in your exceptions to ignore mutes and things like that.
Oh, maybe.
Right? Because if you put your phone on silent overnight, you still want your alarm to go off in the morning, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, well, still.
It was good timing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, this is great stuff. It's a really neat song, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, I liked it.
Very cool.
I can see you getting a lot of mileage out of it. It's really flexible, and it's,
Yeah, I need to get a sync agent.
Oh yeah. There's a guy who was on our show who remember that, Neil? He had a course about how to do sync stuff.
Yeah, I think so. That was like pre-pandemic, I think.
No, it was on Zoom.
Oh, I think I missed that episode, but I did watch it or listen to it, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he has a course about how to do it and how to take your songs and cut them up. It was actually a really good episode.
Actually, it was you got a lot of valuable insights and how-tos and things.
Yeah, man, maybe I should check it out. I'll start Googling around. Right? I can find it by looking in the history of the podcast.
Yeah, probably. I'll see if I can dig it up and send it to you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Cool.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much.
We'll send you an email when the show goes live, and if you could share it on your various channels, that would be awesome.
I will do that.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Great to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you both. Have a good weekend.
If you ever want to come in to St. John's, we have a house with a guest room and a private bathroom and all that. So,
hallelujah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming to St. John's.
It's really, really far away, though. It's probably shorter to get to like Japan.
Oh my goodness.
But still, worth it.
Crazy.
Worth it, exactly.
I think so.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
Have good weeks and good weekends.
Right.
Yep. Enjoy your summer.
Yeah, enjoy summer.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Okay.
Not much summer here. It's like 9 degrees this morning.
Oh my God. It's like 29 with humidity today.
I know.
And our air conditioning is still broken.
No way.
They finally got the part, had to ship it from the US, and they kept emailing us when it got stuck at customs. And so they're supposed to be installing it. They had the engineers on standby to install it.
Oh, good.
So by the time we leave the house tomorrow to go up north, they'll have fixed it, probably just after we leave.
Yeah. But at least you're on the ground floor. If you were on the top floor, or that could have been...
Well, and we're north facing, so it hasn't been terrible. The guys on the south side of the building, they're cooking.
Oh, yeah.
People have been talking in the Facebook group, like, how do we file a lawsuit? And I'm like, well, good luck, but...
Well, file a lawsuit against yourself, really.
Well, and that's what people were saying. What do you think legal fees are going to come through? It's going to come out of our maintenance fees.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
you can't win with these people, man.
Well, I don't think we'll be using air conditioning this year. But,
no?
No. Well, not yet.
It'll get hot at some point, won't it? Well, I guess it is July already.
Our neighbor who's from the Congo,
yeah.
Every now and then I look at him, every now and then we'll chat and he'll stop and we'll say, will it get warm?
Will it get warm?
So,
yeah.
Well, kind of. Probably not like the Congo, but it'll be something.
Our new guitarist Ben, they came from Iran just 2 years ago, right?
Ah, right.
And he's been so disappointed with the winters. He's like, is this it? This is it?
Oh.
It gets warm in Iran, but it gets this cold down there, like because it's in the mountains, right? So
right. Well, don't go up to Sudbury or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to go a little north.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did have a good cold snap last winter. You know, it was cold for like a week.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, the last 2 winters just been mild overall.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I will get this stuff done and get to you on the weekend. But I guess you won't be looking at it till you get back.
Yeah, I'll do it I have the day off on Monday, so I'll do it Monday morning probably.
Okay.
Sounds good, man.
Awesome.
All right. Well, have yourself a great weekend.
Yeah, and have fun doing the trip.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right. You take care.
All right. See ya.
Bye.